my name's Tanya and welcome to my channel. Today I'm here with Vasily. Today we're gonna talk about fungus and ways to fight it and prevent it with organic ingredients or just by natural means. Let's start. 'Cause we're living in a forest room, gonna wake up breathing, touch the ceiling, and wait for. So, what actually is fungus? If you are here, I suppose that you actually have this problem, so you happen to find some white fuzzy blanket over the top of the soil of your favorite plant. Are you thinking that your favorite plant is gonna die? Well, don't actually worry that much. That's not such a big problem, although I have it too. Here's Harry, Ron, and Hermione, and they all kind of having this problem, although they are not overwatered, but they're still struggling with it, with this strange but fungus. I made some research, but I'll be reading some stuff from the screen because I don't remember all of the names. Fungi, together with bacteria, play an essential role in nature by decomposing complex organic compounds, returning the minerals to the soil and the gases to the air, thus making them available for the next generations of plants and animals, and ensuring the continuous circle of life. Without fungus, life on Earth will be not possible because we will be knee-deep in compost and, as someone said, kind of shit. Nothing will be decomposing and everything will be just piling up on the top of the soil. Leaves, organic matter, dead trees, dead animals, actually us, dead us. Everything will be just piling up without decomposing. So life on Earth will be impossible. So fungus does a great work. So species of fungus can be divided into three following groups. The first one is mycorrhizal. Mycorrhizal fungi form a partnership with plants or which happens most often with living trees. The second group is parasitic fungi, which prefer the living host, but this group is quite small. And the third one is saprophytic fungi, which is the most interesting to us. And actually, this one prefers dead and decaying materials. What we actually see here and what we see in all of our plants is usually this saprophytic fungi. Our fungi itself is not such a big problem, as we understand, because it is interested in dead matter, but our plants are not dead yet. It's kind of okay, but the attributes it causes can indicate accompanying problems, and the guests you can get along with it are quite nasty, and it's better actually to get rid of those guys, fungi and fungus gnats. That's what I'm talking about. Those gnats are actually also harmless to the plant, but they are kind of not very welcomed in the house. They're kind of irritating, but if you like insects, it's quite okay. Yeah, fungus gnats. Concerning the mold, your plant won't die of it. Therefore, it becomes more of a detriment to the air than a purifier of some kind. And mold can also cause allergies to people, so nothing good. And the main thing to mention is that although fungus is quite harmless to the plant, it can be a sign of quite a number of problems with your plant. What causes fungus? We all know that usually fungus or mold appears under dark and humid conditions. So that leads us to the thought that your plant might actually be overwatered. It is quite a trouble knowing that it's the reason number one in killing plants among people. The next indicator of fungi presence is actually lack of light, which again doesn't let the water evaporate from the soil, and that sequentially leads to the mold appearance. Similarly to the previous, it might be a signal of root rotting, so check out the roots of your plant beforehand, and if they are fine, then you're fine too. The third reason of fungi inhabiting your pots is in point of fact a poor drainage. As a matter of fact, your potting mix can be contaminated with fungus beforehand. The last thing is that the mold can actually appear by over misting the plant, which I've done and which we have in my case with Ron, Hermione and Harry. How to fight saprophytic fungus, or how to evict this guy from your pot. So first of all, control of diseases begins with prevention. So always check the plants before buying them. Check them in a shop for mold, fungus gnats, any other pests, and try also taking the plant out of their nursery pots to look at the roots. If they are healthy, they will be white. If they are brownish, that's not really a good sign. That means that they're rotting. So the next thing to keep in mind is actually potting soil. Always buy high quality potting mixes, or at least try to sterilize them. Potting soil should be clean and free of insects, other pathogens such as fungi. Contaminated soil often has a sour smell. Open bags of moist potting soil are a breeding ground for microorganisms and insects. So try and seal your bags with potting mixes tightly so that nothing can come in from our environment. Even the best potting soil is actually good only for a year or two. When it starts to break down, it can no longer manage water well, and the soil will retain too much moisture. Repot your plants every year or two, again for those reasons that your plant won't be sitting in the same soil for quite a long time, and also it will improve your drainage. If you noticed some signs of fungi in your potting mixes, do not hurry to throw it away. You can actually try and sterilize it. There are a few ways of sterilizing potting mixes at home. The first one is by using an oven. For the oven, put some soil in an oven-safe container, like a glass or metal baking pan covered with foil. Bake at 200 Fahrenheit or 90 Celsius for at least 30 minutes. Remove from oven and allow to cool. Leaving the foil in place until ready to use. Another option to sterilize your soil is microwave. For the microwave, fill clean microwave-safe containers with moist soil. Add a few ventilation holes in the lid. Heat the soil for about 90 seconds per every couple pounds on full power. Those options can be not very pleasant regarding the odor you'll have, but otherwise, why just throwing out the whole bag of potting soil away when you can save it? While reusing the old pots, Don't forget to sterilize them again. You can sterilize them by using bleach, 1 part bleach to 9 parts water. Just put your pots in this mixture for a while. This will actually kill any disease organisms present in the pots. As mentioned above, soggy soil encourages many problems such as saprophytic fungi and can lead to a more serious problem such as root rot. A proper watering technique provides the plant with all of the water it needs without leaving the soil overly wet. A good general rule is to water the plants in 6-inch pots or 15-centimeter pots in diameter, which are, I suppose, something like that, or bigger. I'm not sure if you can see. You're just putting your finger in the pot, in the soil, the depth of 2 inches or 4 or 5 centimeters. And if your finger is dry, if nothing is stuck on it, then you can water it. Otherwise, do not try to water them. They won't like it. But the thing is that even the best watering technique wouldn't save the plant if you don't have proper drainage. Every plant container should have some holes on the bottom of it to let the water flow out of it. Placing a layer of small pebbles on the bottom of the pot is also a very good idea. It also helps to drain the water better. It also prevents bits of soil from clogging the holes on the bottom of your pot. One thing you can do to fight fungus is actually totally repotting your plant into a new potting soil. It's quite a brutal option, but it works in brutal situations when your plant and the soil is totally contaminated with fungus. The next alternative is actually to scoop away the mold. If you see the mold only on the surface, then take a spoon and scoop it well. Then of course throw away this part of soil and add in new potting mix instead. Once mold is scooped out, let your plants dry out properly in a well-ventilated area before watering it again. And continue letting your soil dry in between waterings. And now Vasily asks, what kind of organic anti-fungal can we use? We're actually got close to the topic of natural anti-fungal agent that you can use freely without actually damaging your plants. The mold spores are likely to spread through the soil. They can easily come back if you don't use any anti-fungal agent. There are a few options. You can try to prevent the mold from happening by using the means of organic ingredients such as cinnamon, baking soda, or apple cider vinegar, for example. You can just sprinkle them over the top, or the apple cider vinegar, just pour a few drops of it. What is great, you can actually find all of those ingredients in your nearby store, and they're quite cheap. That's a perfect solution. They act as a natural deterrent to the mold growth. They won't harm your plant. But today I want to look closely at the cinnamon properties. I find this ingredient as a really fascinating thing. I've made some kind of research, I would say. Found out some pretty interesting things. An agent of cinnamon called cinnamaldehyde will help fight our problem by killing the fungus. It also works with other fungal problems exhibited on older plants, such as slime mold, and helps deter mushrooms from planters. But I suppose those are a little bit more serious cases of fungi. I'm sorry, my nose is itching. I think it's cinnamon. Take advantage of cinnamon fungicide control by making a cinnamon spray for plants. Stir some cinnamon in warm water and allow it to steep overnight. Strain the liquid through a coffee filter and put the results into a spray bottle. Spray the stems and leaves of affected plants and mix the potting soil in plants that have a mushroom problem. So, Vasily, soil. You're throwing soil at me. How dare you? Vasily, you're a bad guy. It's a bit off topic, but I think it's quite interesting. There are many studies that have been conducted in the last 10 years, in particular regarding cinnamon and its antimicrobial and antifungal properties. Yeah, there was a study conducted in China in 2012. It showed that cinnamon had a very powerful antifungal ability. The scientists there in China got a group of people, 50 to 60 patients. Those people were previously treated with antibiotics and other pharmaceutics, which can cause problems with your microflora and yeast problems and fungi problems. And they found out that cinnamon oil has a very powerful antifungal effect in 70% of the cases. Cinnamon also helps with bloating and controlling sugar cravings, which is also great, and it has a great aroma. As a consequence, cinnamon powder sprinkled on the soil of your plants will gladly fight that nasty mold. Just take a teaspoon and sprinkle cinnamon powder around your plant, and it's gonna be happy, and you will, and Ron, Hermione, and Harry also will. In conclusion, me and Vasily want to thank you, and we want also to say that all of the materials that have been used for this video, all of the articles that I've been reading, and all of the videos that I've been watching, actually there was one video, but I've listed them all below, and if you're interested in this topic, you can gladly investigate them yourself. So again, thanks for your attention. Hope this was quite informative. Vasily, Hermione, Ron, and Harry were here. They're all saying bye. So if you like this video, then hopefully you're gonna like it, and if you like this video, then hopefully if you like this video, it all sounds horrible. Hopefully you like this video and maybe even consider subscribing. I will try to make more videos of that kind in the future and try to make them maybe even more informative. Yeah, so anyways, say hi to all of your plants from us with those guys, Vasily and so on, and see you in the next video. Bye! Well, now we all may live in